mental health nurse or psychiatric nursing or psychiatric nurse. So, specialized field to ng nursing practice kung saan nag-involve tayo ng care ng mga tao na merong mental health disorder. So, ito yung mga qualities na dapat meron tayo sa nurse. So, self-awareness. So, yung self-awareness, key part yan sa psychiatric nursing experience kung saan yung goal natin as a nurse is maging authentic and maging open and magkaroon ng personal communication sa sarili natin. And para maintindihan natin yung personal feelings natin, actions natin, and reactions natin. So, kapag ganito, dapat magkaroon tayo ng sarili nating beliefs and values related sa life and dapat ma-acknowledge natin and ma-accept natin yung feelings natin and yung mga influences nun sa behavior natin. Dapat magkaroon tayo ng ability to recognize kapag under stress tayo, kung ano yung mga physical and mental influence nun sa performance natin. And dapat maghanap din tayo ng way para makahanap ng adequate release dun sa problems natin. And bilang nurse, dapat marunong tayo mag-cope sa mga personal feelings natin and anxieties. Because if we cannot do that, hindi tayo therapeutic influence sa patient natin and sa environment niya. So, dapat din meron tayong realistic self-concept kung saan nare-recognize natin yung feelings natin, fantasies and fears. Dapat malaman din natin yung sarili nating professional strengths and limitation. And kapag aware na tayo doon, dapat i-accept natin yon. And pag ganun, makaka-help din tayo na ma-accept ng ibang tao or makita ng ibang tao yung strength and limitation nila. So, yung self-acceptance, dapat hindi lang tayo basta maging aware, but also i-accept din natin yung strengths and limitations natin. Yung self-understanding daw, nakaka-help daw sa atin na maging assertive and feeling guilty. So, after nating tanggapin yung sarili natin, tatanggapin natin yung patient. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin siya i-judge. Kasi, yung acceptance, yun yung feeling of being loved, feeling of being cared for. Yung mga nurses, dapat i-accept nila yung patient na sick person siya, regardless of caste, color, race, or behavior. So, para maging able tayo na makausap sila therapeutically, syempre dapat meron tayong attitude of acceptance, tolerance, and genuine interest sa patient natin. Dapat itatrato natin sila bilang isang importanteng tao at hindi diagnostic entity or set of psychiatric symptoms lang. Being sincerely interested sa patient care is, ibig sabihin nun, kukonsider mo din yung interest ng patient mo. Makikita yon sa kapag inaaral natin yung patient's behavior pattern, kapag inahayaan natin silang gumawa ng sarili nilang desisyon, kapag alam natin yung gusto tas ayaw nila, likes and dislike, kapag honest tayo sa kanila, and kapag napapractice natin yung active listenings with them. So, syempre, dapat available din or being available. Pag sinabing ganito, parang you seem approachable sa patient mo. And kapag hindi naman tayo available, dapat masasabihin mo sa kanila. And dapat ma-assist mo pa rin sila with their psychological needs kahit na hindi mo sila ma-assist with their physical care requirements. So, dito dapat nag-empathize din tayo sa patient. So, empathy is a very important tool para maintindihan natin yung feelings ng iba. Kasi empathy is putting yourself on another person's shoe. O, kung saan process yun na tayo is parang mag-get into the situation tayo nila. or ilalagay natin yung sarili natin sa situation nila or na experience nila for us to be able to know kung ano yung naramdaman nila, and magsi-step back tayo and i-analyze natin yung situation. This proves na tayo is hindi naman natin kailangan ma-experience yun para maintindihan yung nararamdaman nila. It is enough na na-imagine natin kung ano yung na-feel nila during that experience. So, kapag nag-empathize tayo sa patient, dapat willing tayo to get involved sa kung ano yung nararamdaman nila, pero hindi dapat tayo magkaroon ng over-involvement and projection sa sarili nating feelings or over-identification. So, yung empathy, yung nurse, dapat ma-perceive niya and ma-experience niya yung feelings ng patient para maintindihan natin yung patient. So, yung empathy is therapeutic, pero ang sympathy is not, kasi ang sympathy is pity. And parang kapag ang practice mo sa patient is sympathy, nagkakaroon sila ng poor me self-concept na parang kawawa sila, ganyan. Yung reliability naman, syempre, yung nurse dapat reliable. Makikita mo yon sa pagiging honest niya, truthful niya, resourceful niya, pagiging competent niya sa pag-deal ng patients and sa family ng patients. Dapat ma-prove niya na trustworthy siya. And bilang tao, pwede siyang maasahan anytime and in any situation. So, genuineness is ito yung sincere and honest relationship natin sa patient. Consistency conveys sincerity. And yun is nagtuturn ang consistency into trust. And dapat ma-maintain natin yun, and maintain din natin yung honest and open communication. So, yung professionalism naman, dito, nagde-develop ng professional skills. Kung saan yung psychiatric nurse is nagde-depend siya upon learning as much as possible patungkol sa patient and sa sakit niya. Siyempre, doon na papasok yung helping role natin na ina-apply natin sa patient. So, yung accountability naman, according to Peplau, 1980, yun yung need for personal activity. And professional integrity are greater in psychiatric practice than any other healthcare type. So, kapag ganito, iba daw yung accountability and professional integrity sa psychiatric practice kumpara sa ward, sa OR, or sa ibang other fields ng healthcare. So, yung patients in mental health settings are usually more vulnerable and defenseless kaysa sa mga patients sa ibang lugar. Particularly kasi yung condition nila is napipigilan yung thinking process nila and yung pakikipagrelasyon nila sa ibang tao. So, as a mental health nurse, accountable tayo para sa nature of the effort they make on behalf of the patients and answerable to patients for quality of their efforts. Ability to think critically. So, this is very crucial daw for mental health nurses. Critical thinkers analyzes information bago mag-draw ng conclusion patungkol doon. It is purposeful, reasonable, reflective thinking na nagdadrive sa problem solving and decision making, and aims to make judgment based on the evidence. So, ito na may essential qualities. So, gumagamit ka ng therapeutic use of self, tinatanong natin sarili natin, who am I? Sino nga ba talaga ako? So, the Johari window model, simple siya pero useful tool para i-understand yung self-awareness natin. Magkaroon tayo ng personal development and may improve yung communications, interpersonal relationship group dynamics, team development, and intergroup relationships natin. So, ginawa siya ng American psychologist na si Joseph Luff and Harry Ingham noong 1950. And tinawag nila yung Johari kasi pinaghalo yung Joe and Harry. Galing, yes, galing. So, itong Johari window model, also referred as disclosure or feedback model siya ng self-awareness. And it is an information processing tool. Nire-represent niya yung information such as feelings, experiences, views, attitudes, skills, intentions, motivation, and etc. Within a person or in relation sa team nila from 4 perspectives. Nagagamit din to represent the same information for a team in relation to other teams. So, ang Johari window model ay merong 4 Johari window perspectives. Tinatawag silang regions, areas, or quadrant. So, each window contains and represents information about our feelings and motivation in terms of whether ang information ba na yun ay alam mo o alam mo or hindi mo alam, or alam ng iba or hindi alam ng iba. So, ayan. So, ito yung 4 regions: open area, blind area, hidden area. Yung open area, yun yung arena, yun yung alam mo and alam din ng iba patungkol sa'yo. Yung blind area na naman, yun yung blind spot. Yun yung hindi mo alam patungkol sa'yo, pero alam ng iba. Yung hidden area naman is yung alam mo, pero hindi alam ng iba. Yung unknown naman is, syempre, walang nakakaalam. So, yung Johari window is 4 square grid nga siya, na parang window na may window panes na 4. So, ito yon. So, open, blind, hidden, unknown. So, sa open nga, yun nga yung arena or free area kung saan alam mo and alam ng iba. Yung blind self naman, yun yung blind spot, yun yung di mo alam pero alam ng iba. Ito is parang magre-relate siya sa ignorance mo, and pwede siyang effective or productive space para sa individual sa group. Parang nagkokosto ng mga problems kasi yung ibang tao, wini-withhold nila to sa'yo or hindi nila sinasabi na ganito ka pala. Yung aim nito is syempre i-reduce yung ganun mong quality and maging open ka sa ganun para maging self-aware ka. Yung Johari Quadrant 3 or hidden self or hidden area, yun yung facade, yun yung pinapakita, yun yung hindi mo pinapakita sa iba. Yun yung alam mo and hindi alam ng iba. So, nagre-represent yun ng informations, feelings, yung mga secret mo, mga sensitivities mo, fears, and mga hidden agenda, manipulative intention, secrets, na ayaw mong, syempre, i-share sa iba. So, dito, dapat ma-expose mo to or ma-self-disclose mo para mag-improve ka. So, yung Johari window, quadrant 4, yun yung unknown self naman, yun yung di mo alam and hindi din alam ng iba patungkol sa'yo. Ito is, malalaman mo lang to through self-discovery and observation ng iba. And, yung mga, pag nagpa-counseling ka, mahe-help din nilang malaman mo to. And, ayun. Questions? Wala. So, role of mental health nurse. So, ward manager. Syempre, ikaw yung nag-manage ng ward. Para namang ewan. Yung technical nursing role, yun yung parang iti-teach mo sa kanila. Yung socializing agent, syempre, hini-help mo sila mag-socialize. Magakamit ng ibang tao, ganyan. Counselor, syempre, kina-counseling Para namang one literal word, counseling. Yung teacher, syempre tinuturuan mo sila ng mga instruction, kung paano mag-take ng medication, and kung paano yung mga therapeutic intervention na gagawin natin sa kanila. Parent surrogate is ikaw yung tumatayong parent nila. Doon nga sa mga activities kanina na sinabi, na vocational and occupational. So, ito naman yung interdisciplinary team primary roles. So, yung pharmacist, member siya ng interdisciplinary team. Kasi, important siya para sa medication, sa mga side effects ng medication, and sa mga interactions ng mga gamot na pang psychiatric sa hindi psychiatric. Meron ding mga symptoms na pwedeng mag-benefit daw sa pharmacist knowledge of chemical structure and actions of medication. So, baka kaya ganito yung patient mo, baka dahil lang sa gamot. Psychiatrist naman is a physician-certified psychiatrist by American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. So, kailangan neto ng 3-year residence, 2 year of clinical practice, and completion of an examination. So, yung primary function of psychiatrist is diagnosis ng mental disorders and prescription ng mga gamot or medical treatment. Yung psychologist naman is a clinical psychologist as a doctorate or PhD in clinical psychology. Siya yung nagpe-prepare ng practice therapy, nagko-conduct ng research, nag-i-interpret ng psychological test, and yung psychologist is nagpa-participate din sa design of therapy programs para sa mga group of individuals. So, yung psychiatric nurse din is yung mga registered nurse, nag-gain sila ng experience by working with clients na merong psychiatric disorders pagtapos nila graduate sa nursing. And after nila kumuha ng lisensya. Yung nurse, dapat meron siyang solid foundation in health promotion, illness prevention, and rehabilitation in all areas para ma-allow siya or sila na ma-view nila yung client nila as a whole or holistically. As a psychiatric nurse, essential member siya ng interdisciplinary team kasi nag-help siya mag-evaluate ng effectiveness ng medical treatment and particularly medications. Yung mga registered nurse na naka-obtain ng masteral nila sa mental health is tinatawag silang certified clinical specialist or licensed as advanced practitioner. Depende sa state nurse practice acts. So, yung advanced practice nurse are certified to prescribe drug in many states. Yung psychiatric social worker, most of the psychiatric social worker is prepared at the master's level. Sila mga license sila in some state. Yung social workers, nagpa-practice sila ng therapy and often primary responsibility for working with families, communities, support, and referral. Yung occupational therapist naman, syempre dapat certified occupational therapy assistant or baccalaureate degree or bachelorate degree certified occupational therapist. So, yung mga occupational therapist, gumagawa sila ng occupational therapy. Yung occupational therapy, yun yung nagfo-focus sa functional abilities ng patient, kung paano niya may improve yung functioning niya, katulad ng paglalakad, paggawa ng arts, ng crafts, nagfo-focus din sila sa psychomotor skills. Yung recreation therapist naman, madaming recreation therapist is nakakomplete ng bachelorate degree. In some instances, yung mga people or person na yon is nagfulfill ng mga rules na to. Yung recreational therapist daw, nag-help daw yun sa client para mabalance yung work and play sa life niya and mag-provide ng activities na magpapromote ng constructive use of leisure time niya and non-constructive time. Yung vocational rehabilitation specialist, vocational rehabilitation includes aalamin mo yung interest ng client, yung ability niya, and imamatch mo yon sa vocational choices nila. So, yung mga client is, ina-assist mo din sila sa job seeking, sa job retention skills, pati yung pursuit of further education, kung kailangan at kung gusto. Yung vocational rehabilitation specialist, pwede yun i-prepare as a master level and may have different levels of autonomy and program supervision based sa education na meron sila.